Welcome to another installment of Tag Me In, where the triple threat brain tries to tag over the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of professional wrestling. I, of course, am the unofficially official Lib Dizzle, joined with none other than the less than stealthy unicorn himself. So cool, so stealthy, oh so legit. The legit Scoot Hirsch.
Just tell you one thing. AEW was in cheeks compared to NXT.
Very true. But you know what else is in cheeks? The man himself who claps those said cheeks. The good cheeks, of course. The one, the only heartthrob of the IWC himself, Mr. Cleeks, Mr. Cheeks Clapper all day. Jaeger, bombastic, so fantastic that fellas of the IWC, if your ladies watching this, you need to grip some leather yourself, because he gonna get to him if you don't.
Yeah, goddamn right. And NXT may have been cheeks, but AEW had chugs.
That's true.
Hey.
Ooh, I like that. That's good. That's good. Shout out to Adam Cole, baby, and his Twitch stream. But yeah, man. Yeah, I think, and Raw better watch their ass, because they lost twice in a row in the same demographic. Same demo. So I don't know what Raw's going to do as far as in retaliation. So that's something.
They tried this week, right?
They did. But yeah, and AEW's catching up. I think Raw did a 1.6 and AEW did a 1.1 as far as overall rating. So they're getting close to Raw numbers over here.
They really are.
NXT is not even in the race anymore, because NXT did, I think, like 600K, a little bit over 600K. So,
Yeesh.
I mean, Mick Foley had it right. AEW. AEW is WWE's problem. WWE, you have a problem.
You hear that, WWE? We coming for them cheeks next.
I mean, I don't want them.
I mean, there's a few cheeks on there that I'd like.
Well, yeah, in terms of those, I just don't want AEW's bankrupt cheeks, creatively bankrupt cheeks.
Okay, I was about to say, man, they were.
Yeah, no. Financially, they are doing. Financially, they're doing gangbusters. Got a chance to say that shit in a fucking sentence, but but yeah, but you know what, Scoot? Let me ask you first. Do we have anything on the news front in terms of AEW?
We can really just keep on discussing what we're discussing. But I know you said you had something kind of, I guess, controversial, or.
Oh, you goddamn right. Because again, and we've talked about it, and I'm glad I waited, because I even said last week that I was going to come on here and we were definitely going to talk about it. I just didn't think that I'd be talking about it on this show. So what's going to happen is, when I talk about this, I'm going to clip said conversation, and this is going to be a video all on itself.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So we're definitely going to get into the MJF segment later on, but I'm going to talk about the bulk of it right now, because here's the thing. And I did my due diligence over the course of the last few hours just to see if all the people that was talking shit about Max Caster and the whole, oh, well, if you're going to, yeah, a heel can be a heel, but there's a difference and all this other stuff. All right, cool. Y'all said that when that happened. Not one person, everybody who was sitting there talking that same shit didn't have that same energy in terms of MJF over the past 2 weeks. So now I ask you, when is it okay to be a heel and when is it not okay? Because you can't sit there and say Max Caster can't do this and this and this, but you can have MJF. Granted, regardless of the fact that even if he had, the A-OK from Brian Pillman Sr.'s family to say XYZ, you're telling me that there's somebody in the world that didn't feel some type of way? You telling me that nobody, because I mean, I'm somebody who lost a parent. You telling me that maybe that stuff triggered me? I'm like, you know what? Maybe if that was me, I would feel some type of way. Granted, I'm not that type of person. I could care less. I give two shits. But here's the thing: if you're gonna have an energy towards one thing, you better be damn sure you keep that same energy in terms of something else. Because here's the thing: I don't give a shit if Scoot has an issue with something. I don't care if Jaeger has an issue with something. If they say something and they believe in that, whether I disagree or not, I'm not finna stop them from saying that because I don't give a shit what happens to this fucking channel because at the end of the day, everybody on this squad stands by their goddamn morals. So I don't care about any fucking agenda. I don't give a shit who caters to what. I don't work for anybody. These two don't work for anybody. So if you come to me and you say, oh, Scoot said this and this and this, okay, I said, well, did he mean it? Is that something that he felt? If somebody says, oh, well, Jaeger said this and, that's my girl and all this other stuff, I'm like, okay, well, did you get a disclaimer? Did Jaeger say that? Did he believe in it? Did he believe what he was going to say?
Did you tell your girlfriend not to respond to me? Like, hey.
Regardless of the fact, I know that we can.
You know what?
Go ahead, Scoot.
Yeah. I said, but you know what? I did mention a few weeks back when I said, I wonder, is it because Max Caster and the fact that he was rapping compared to the fact that when heels talk? I did mention that, but I'm starting to think it might be a little bit more than that because kind of like what you said, I did my due diligence too. I went back and heard that Max Caster rap that got him in trouble. Mm-hmm. And once again, that pales in nothing compared to what MJF said last week and this week.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Not even. Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say not even the fucking Julia Hart Eiffel Tower shit compares to what the fuck MJF has been saying.
True. Now,
and
let me go ahead and preface this.
I'm saying a joke, but I'll get into it.
Oh no, you're perfectly. You say whatever the fuck you want to say. I'm not stopping you.
All right. Well, I mean, for a Jewish kid, MJF is doing a lot of roasting.
Right? Now, see, here's the thing. Now, before anybody gets up in arms and say, "Oh, well, you're mad," I'm not mad at MJF. I think he's doing fantastic heel work because, again, I grew up in the truest. Well, I can't say the truest, but one of the truest kayfabe eras. There are times before then where kayfabe was fucking kayfabe. But here's the thing: everybody is in on it. Everybody knows that kayfabe is kayfabe, and there are certain things that are not real. And I go back to the last statement that I fucking made when I talked about this shit previously. It's people playing a fucking character. Now, you can't sit here and have, you can believe, MJF, he believes in kayfabe. That's why we follow behind that. Okay, who's to say Max Caster doesn't do the same thing? You don't know that because, and this is where I'll disagree with Scoot just a little bit because Scoot had when we talked about the Becky and Bianca thing where race could play a thing, but I don't even think it's a race thing. I think it's a positional privilege thing. Because
so I'll say this: I don't necessarily think it's a race thing because because in this case, Max Caster could have been hell. Max Caster could have been fucking Frankie Kazarian or whatever at this point. You're 1000% correct. This is a position thing. It's not a race thing. I don't know. Like I said, it still could be compared to a rap, compared to regular promo, but 1000%, this is definitely a position thing. And I was even going to preface it with the whole fact that even because like I even listened to a compilation of Max Caster's raps that he does, the stuff that he does on Dark, and the stuff that he like somebody compiled just like different compilations. And out of everything he said, the worst thing he truly said was when he was referencing Moxley's wife, Renee. That's the worst thing he really said. And then, of course, that's when Bones was like, well, we talking about the podcast. She wants us on the podcast, you know.
Yeah.
But for him to reference the whole Duke Lacrosse thing, which everybody had to research what that even meant. Everybody had to research that. But then, you know what? To even bring up something, this is the same thing Jim Cornette had went through when he said that little joke he said that basically caused him to leave NWA. He said, and I think this is also another thing that happened. Whoever, because that was on what, Dark, right? Jaeger or Elevation when he did rap.
Duke Lacrosse?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on Elevation.
I think this is also a touch of the wrong people might have heard this and made a big deal of it as well.
Well, that's what I always exactly what I said.
And this is what I always keep mentioning with whole cancel culture and stuff like this. I'm pretty sure Tony Khan was pressured by people who probably never watched a fucking wrestling match.
Yeah.
And then here it is, they hear this kid rapping and they hear him referencing this and everything. But then you telling me these same people who was bulldogging and fine-tooth combing had nothing to say about MJF?
Because they don't watch the product. Like I said, man, I'm taking it a step further, but I'm pretty sure that it's people that have some kind of ties to Duke or something, that are friends with Tony Khan or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Like you said, people that have never watched a wrestling match but know Tony Khan as a friend or something and are just like, hey, man, the fuck? You letting this shit slide?
You're telling me now, I have not heard not one individual say anything about MJF's last two promos. Not one.
Yeah. Nobody coming out being like, oh, well, I'm a recovering addict, so I take offense of them, you know, making light of somebody's drug addiction. You know, none of that. No, nothing at all. Not to mention, even if we go back to, again, MJF being a fantastic fucking heel. Go back to the Brody Lee show, the tribute show. He gave -1 the finger.
He gave a kid. Well, that's not the first time he gave a kid a finger.
Well, yeah, no, I know, but we're talking about a kid on his father's show, paying tribute to a father he just lost, and it's like, now, granted, Brody Jr., of course, perfectly fine. He's part of the business, so he's somebody who understands. But at the end of the day, again, you have to keep that same fucking energy. And that goes to everybody in this fucking community. And you know what? I'm not saying this to everybody because there's other people that actually have basically sided with have the same viewpoint as we do. Not thinking it's a fucking big deal that a fucking heel is being a fucking heel and doing whatever they can within the realm of reason to fucking get heat. Nobody's saying that MJF is doing, you know, is crossing the line. He's doing some things that pushed on a little bit. but he's not doing it. He's not putting his hands on a kid. Yeah, give a kid the finger. Okay, whatever. Cursing in front of a kid. Doing everything he can to verbally abuse somebody. But he's not physically harming anybody. He's not putting anybody in a position that's making them go home like, you know what? No, I need to off myself. Like, stop it. Now, the worst thing that's going to happen is somebody's may take offense and attack MJF. That's the worst that's going to happen. But it's something that he signed up for. That's his thing to bear and deal with, because that's his consequence for that. Max Caster, the same thing. He referenced something and everybody got up in arms. He talked about Julia Hart, somebody who's also playing a fucking character. That's who he directly.
But nobody was
offended.
Pissed at what he said to Julia Hart.
Exactly my point. Everybody was mad at a fucking reference. When he didn't say shit. He didn't say shit derogatory towards Simone Biles. He didn't say anything derogatory towards anybody involved in the Duke lacrosse thing. He used those as a reference.
I saw one of the comments, because one of the pages who posted that rap from Dark, one of the comments had said, "I am a person who kind of struggles with mental health," and I thought that line was kind of funny.
Thank you.
Most of the comments under that person's video, most of the comments were saying he did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. And then one of the comments was even funny, because he was like, with the Duke lacrosse and the PCR test, he was saying, was he accusing the Varsity Blondes of doing that to them? Because that would be a weird storyline change. But he said nothing wrong.
Not at all.
Yeah. But for Tony Khan to come out and be like, hey, I usually check all his raps, and this one just so-called got past me. Tony Khan did everything to throw that man smooth under the bus.
Yeah, and that was my only issue with Tony Khan at that moment, was the way that he kind of played that out. Because normally Tony Khan normally like he'll take responsibility for something and just be like, hey, it's on me. If something happens, I take full responsibility for that.
And once again,
now granted,
okay.
No, I'm saying, he kind of took responsibility in his own way, but he still did it in a way that still kind of put Max Caster in the wrong, or somebody else in the wrong. I know what he was trying to say, but it came off differently, and that was my problem. Now, granted, Max Caster's back, so good. That was the right call, but still, it shouldn't have gone that far anyway. And that could have been to save Max. That could have been to take the heat off of him from whoever was in Khan's ear, Tony Khan, in that regard. But yeah, that's just my main issue with the whole situation. But I just
I'm waiting. I've been literally waiting these past 2 weeks to hear anybody be like, do y'all think MJF is taking it just a tad bit too far?
I mean, I don't. There are definitely times, and we'll get into it. There are definitely times where I'm like, oof, man. But I always go back to the whole, look, this motherfucker's getting heat. He's making sure that he is heavily disliked. And I can't be mad at it. Now, I'm sure there'll probably be something where I'm just like, yo, even that was a little too far, even for my liking. But that day hasn't come. And we may just have a lot tougher skin than other people. But as of right now, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But you're right. You're right. Because I'm in the same boat with you. But at the same time, you motherfuckers out there, and I ain't talking to all of y'all, but you motherfuckers out there need to keep the same energy. You can't have heat for one situation, but not for the other.
I heavily third that sentiment. You gotta, if you're getting mad at Caster for this, you should definitely be blowing up Twitter, Tony Khan's emails, something over MJF and his shit, because he doubled down on the methany thing.
Yeah.
and even my situation with this whole thing is and this is one thing I hate. I hate the case of the whole everybody riding the wave because one person complains and it's an uproar, then everybody who's a part of the fucking community that wants to rah for the same shit will sit there and all of a sudden have a gripe with it. And that's who my gripe is against. So for those of you, if you are somebody who's watching this video and you follow those people, please do me the biggest favor and tell them. Matter of fact, tag this whole fucking video. No pun intended. Tag this whole fucking video and let them know. I want fucking answers. I want answers from everybody who had something to say about Max Caster shit and won't say the same thing about MJF. That's not going to sit here and double back and say, oh, well, Hill's being a Hill. No, I want to hear the reason why you don't have that same energy for both. That's what I want.
Max Caster and Anthony Bones are heels. All right. So what's your next excuse, please?
But no, here's the even more fucked up part about it, right? Caster and Bones was on YouTube. This is on national TV.
1.1 million.
Yep.
So you had to personally seek Caster's part out. MJF, you could turn right to TNT and be like, "Oh, okay, this is being said."
And that's a fantastic point, Scoot. Fantastic point. I'll leave it. I'll leave it at this. To everybody who we're referring to, you know who you are because you know if you didn't keep that same energy. Don't worry. We'll wait.
Oh yeah. Gonna be big.
We got time today and tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
And the next day and you get it. But anyway, to carry on with fucking Dynamite.
My CM Punk watch. You know.
Waiting.
But to carry on with Dynamite, I enjoy Dynamite, and I'm glad that they're keeping the same momentum that they have been going like ever since like All Out. Granted, they've been doing it before then, but I think once All Out hit and the buzz that it got for being possibly one of basically being the best pay-per-view this year, they're riding that fucking wave like crazy because they're saying, you know what, we don't want to let off the gas. We want to keep this shit going. And kudos to them for building up the fucking New York show. This makes more sense. And I don't know. I can't remember if it was me or one of you who said the shit, but the Bryan Danielson reveal at All Out to build up for whatever match he was going to have at the New York show. One of us called it, so I'm giving us all a pat on the back for that. But yeah,
I don't remember where in the show this was. This would be kind of like the first observation because I don't want this to overshadow Adam Cole. There was a few issues I had with this show. And I'm gonna just bring this one out first. Where the fuck did Butcher and Blade become number one contenders?
Oh,
thank you.
Oh,
thank you. Thank you. I'm looking
out for like 2 months.
It was Varsity Blondes. It was fucking like when
I was watching that show and when they said Butcher and Blade, I was like, wait, excuse me?
I saw that and I was like, huh. So did Blade's singles wins just add up for Butcher and Blade all of a sudden?
I guess so. But we can talk about
Blade,
that later.
Because Blade's been riding the dark train for a minute.
Yeah, we will talk about that later, but it's definitely showing that they are number one. They're ranked number one.
You know, because when it comes down to it, you know,
that's a shoehorn if I ever saw it. AEW, don't be doing that shit.
They're gonna make sense of it. But
yeah, that's fine. But
Yeah, but the show opened up with none other than Mjs CM Punk coming out to Cult of Personality. It's his thing. It's his fucking thing.
Yep.
To now come out, jump into the crowd, and just be
kudos to
one
that
with
fan
them.
because he straight called him.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, that's a great fucking catch.
And shout out to Dusty Rhodes cosplayer.
Yes.
Giving trading bionic elbows with Punk. But yeah, I'm still digging, the Punk entrance, him being one with the fans. I'm glad because he's eating it all up. Like he's taking it all in as if it's like his last time. Like he's not taking any of this shit for granted. He could have easily taken a big ass fucking paycheck and just done the bare minimum. But you can tell that what he's doing right now is he's making up for lost time. He's showing appreciation to everybody who waited so long for him to come back. And that just shows, the love and passion that he has, for this business, for this sport, just for this wrestling culture as a whole. And, thank you, Punk. I appreciate that, Mr. Brooks. But yeah, he goes out. I didn't. Oh, my bad. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of Mr. Brooks, this is the third week in a row he's mentioned his wife, April.
Man,
shows.
Look,
she doesn't want to come back. It's fine. Just know that we're all gonna be a little sad about it.
Just come and give us a nice little promo, or just say something. It's fine. Now I know in one
of these shows.
I know Paige is being rumored to, make some type of in-ring return because of, all the recuperation that Edge, Danielson, anybody else that's had a serious neck injury, has come back from. She could be the next. Now, AJ Lee, I don't know. Hers may be I think hers may be a bit more serious because I think, I don't know.
She could just be there. Like she could just pop up.
That's true. There's a part of me that but here's the thing.
To be honest with you, hold on before you finish your point. She could do what Rosario Dawson did when we get to that point. She don't have to wrestle.
We'll see.
Obligatory Rosario Dawson though.
Rosario Dawson though. Here's where the selfish me comes into play because see, I'm gonna be spoiled because if I see AJ Lee, I'm gonna be like, fuck. All right, when you getting in the ring?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that's probably why she doesn't want to do it because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna be that way.
Mm-hmm. I'll be the first to tell you. I know I'm gonna be like that.
I know I will be right there with you.
Yeah, so it's like. All right, but so you know what, April? Maybe it's probably better you just stay home and just get referenced a lot. But CJ Perry, it's about time for you to roll up into Dynamite, Rampage, Dark, Elevation.
We need the hot wife.
Yeah, at some point.
I don't mean that in a certain way that some viewers may know.
Yeah, Barrels will come after you, man.
Well, I mean, he's got to go after Bobby Lashley first, but
well, that he, huh?
Yeah. But anyway,
it's a conversation for another day. But Lashley,
100%. Yeah, you got
her business for real. But I completely forgot that we were gonna get Punk on commentary. So I was like, yo, he just came out there to run and just jump with the fans and chill just to run back out. And then he runs the commentary. I was like, oh, shit, that's right. They did say he was going to be on commentary. So I was like, all right, cool. So right there, they, again, kept it going. And then we get Cole versus the Elite Hunter Freaky Kazarian.
You need to drop that name.
Yeah, I feel like they
They
kind of dropped the ball with what they could have because they had something perfect with him, and all of a sudden it's like real fast.
I mean, make it elite interferer or something, but not Hunter.
Yeah.
He could have started off small, knocking off Cutler and knocking. Like he could have started off small, knocking off like Cutler and Nakazawa, and then moving his way up or something. But the fact that they've kind of done nothing with him, or whenever he does get one of the elite in ring with him, he then loses. Is
Yeah, because like it made so much sense at first and everything, even after SCU breaking up and all this other stuff, and just getting to that, everything storyline, everything was working out perfectly fine, and I felt like he should have ended up working his way up to Kenny, and then been the one to take the Impact title. Because right now, I haven't watched Impact, so I don't know if Christian's doing anything worthwhile with the fucking title.
he's he's with a group now.
Oh, word?
Yeah, apparently I think they're doing some kind of Team Christian versus Team I forgot who the other team was, but I think that's like the next little pay-per-view that they're doing, because their next like big pay-per-view is October.
Yeah.
Their WrestleMania supposedly.
But they're doing Slammiversary?
No,
Victory Road. Victory Road. That's their
Bound for Glory is their pay.
That's right. Bound for Glory. That's right. Bound for Glory. Isn't Victory Road's before it, right?
I think so, but Bound for Glory is the one that's coming up.
Okay. Yeah. So he shows how much I pay attention to TNA, or have been.
Well, we keep calling it TNA.
Just because, like, you know, with me following them on IG, you know, you kind of keep up because they about to get ready to do their own Knockouts pay-per-view.
Oh, so they're following the trend. Okay.
Yeah. And that's where what's her name is gonna be there too. Mercedes. She's supposed to be there.
Okay. Good shit. At least they're keeping her in rotation, or she keeping herself in rotation.
Look, she following on her Instagram. Apparently, she knew when her 90 days was gonna be up because she got bookings. Like she has definitely booked herself at conventions, different events. So she must have looked at that calendar. 90 days. Hey guys, I'm gonna be available sometime in late September, early October. Where y'all want me to go?
Huh. Good shit, Mercedes.
Oh yeah.
Now, this match with Cole and Kazarian, not mad at it.
No, not at all.
Adam Cole.
Oh, right.
Like, I want that jacket, sir.
I mean, granted, it look, it takes a while for it to get cold over here in Houston.
That's the only problem.
But you give me a reason to wear that jacket, it's going to be 20, 30 degrees in my head. I'll rock that fucking jacket.
As soon as it hits 50, you're going to be like, man, I should really wear this jacket.
It's all right. Just give me a fucking reason. But yeah, I'm all for it. Again, Cole, just him and his thing with the fans, man. They literally booed Kazarian when they were going blow for blow with the punches, and I was like,
okay, let's truly be honest here. And it was kind of a point Authors of Wrestling had made. Adam Cole is so over that you knew damn well they wasn't going to boo him.
Oh, yeah.
That whole stadium erupted for Adam Cole, baby.
Exactly.
And it's something that goes, and again, we talked about the whole idea of kayfabe, and he holds true to that, but at the same time, he's such a likable person, and even Jaeger referenced earlier. Chug's Army, man. Anybody who follows his Twitch knows how passionate he is about his fucking Twitch and his fans.
I don't know how much y'all follow up, down, down, but you know, Woods, Breeze, Cesaro, and Chugs, they had formed a party, which you know they were playing Uno every week, and they made a new video this past week, and that was Adam Cole saying bye to everybody, and I got a little misty. It got a little misty.
He was like, "This isn't goodbye. It's more like see you later."
And I was like, "No, Chuck." It's on the channel, no.
I mean, look, you gotta take the good with the bad in that situation, man. It's like, and I'd rather take that deal. It's like, yeah, you lose him on up, down, down, but he's better off in AEW at this point.
AEW, got him on BTE. Oh, update on BTEs if y'all don't know. Mr. Adam Cole Bay has no recollection of how he died or why he died.
Yeah, he has no recollection of anything after that, nothing about the 4 years, nothing. He didn't realize that they weren't talking to Hangman.
Yeah, he said he wanted to go see Hangman, and the Bucks were like, yeah, don't do that. And after he left the room, they were like, shit, okay, so how are we gonna stop him from like talking to Hangman? And like how are we gonna keep Kenny from killing him again? And Kenny like kind of goes off on like a homicidal thing, going like he just needs to stay in his lane and not try to take my spotlight. And then they're like, Kenny, you see, that's exactly why he died last time. I'm like, don't do that.
I was like, there I am. I sound like a fucking heel again. But yeah, call goes over. No surprise. And
did they call his Shining Wizard the last shot?
I think so.
Yeah, that from the back.
Yeah, did they call it the last shot?
I think they called it the last shot.
I was like, because I know they definitely call it the Panama Sunrise.
Yeah.
But I ain't make sure, I didn't pay attention if they called it the last shot or not.
Yeah, I think he's good to go on that one. But then after that, we got a good old story time with Adam Cole, baby.
Good old story time.
He basically, for the long short of it, called out Christian Cage and Jurassic Express. Yeah, 6-man tag. And
trios.
And that's the thing. I was just about to say that because this show was a huge just spotlight on these trios tags are coming.
Yes,
they are coming. And
they're coming this year.
I think so.
I'm on the fence, willing to wager that they may get debuted at New York.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking because I think they're going to be between New York and Full Gear. Something's going to happen trios titles related because there's a lot that's going on, and long time storytelling with AEW, and we'll get into it later as well. But the seeds that they've planted and the way they make things make sense, so fucking good. Yeah. So I was talking about how I felt Death Triangle or possibly Jurassic Express or even, the brothers of the sons of Papa Sting. We're probably going to get those trios titles first, but I'm under the assumption that maybe we get Young Bucks and Adam Cole as the first ever trios champions.
I'm sorry if y'all hear all this shit knocking around.
That's Loki going ham over there.
Yeah, he's got a puzzle toy that rolls around, and he's having the time of his life with it.
But yeah. So they're basically gonna. I don't know if is that for next week or is that for Rampage? The trio, the 6-man,
the 6-man
or the
tag.
trios.
No, that's for Rampage.
Okay, so see, they are continuously stacking Rampage. Like they are not making Rampage some second-rate fucking show. They're like, you know what?
No,
we
this
got
is
3 matches.
extended.
Exactly, and I love that. So yeah, Rampage is they're making it to where it's always must see.
Yeah, he's right. It's for that next Friday's Rampage, the 2-hour Rampage.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna get another match or two out of that
So to skip ahead a little bit, they have 3 matches announced for that 2-hour Rampage, and it's the Men of the Year versus Jericho and Hager, CM Punk versus Hobbs, and Cole and the Bucks versus Jurassic Express and Christian. So those are the 3 matches so far for that 2-hour Rampage next Friday.
Yeah.
Let's see, that's next Friday. So wait, when's the New York show?
Next week.
Yeah, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it's after that show.
Yeah, that's that show.
Oh, this next week is gonna be fucking crazy.
Sure is.
I mean, hell, the matches that's at next week's Dynamite alone is pretty stacked.
Yeah. So that that's gonna be beautiful. Which of course we'll get into the the good of it. But then after that, of course, we get MJF's promo. I'm not gonna get into it because we've already got into most of it, but my thing again,
I am not liking about none of these promos is Brian Pillman Jr.
He's not reacting appropriately.
Not at all. And it's like MJF is setting this dude up for fucking. He's setting him up for fucking layups, and they're fucking givens, and he's just like, all right.
Yeah, he's just like, okay.
Like you're going a little too babyface there, Pillman.
Too babyface.
This should be a like you should treat this like it's a fucking blood feud. Like he literally like you need to treat this like he's the one that put your father down. And I don't mean just verbally. You need to treat this like he literally just
When he started talking to the ring like, "Hey, Brian," I was like, "Whoa."
Like, because I mean, here's the thing.
The man referenced that your father is in hell, and you just okay. Like,
my thing is, if I run in with a weapon, I'm not finna wait for you to turn around. I'm gonna clock you as soon as I get in there. He literally sat there and waited for at least 5 seconds for him to turn around. And I'm like, why? Why? Like, this is the only reason why I don't like this feud is because of that. Because the way that, again, Brian Pillman Jr. is reacting to this is not organic. It's not authentic to me. Because I know how I would react.
You need to be going apeshit. You need to have Wardlow not be an obstacle for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he wasn't. That's another thing. Wardlow wasn't even inside the fucking ring. So you had a clear shot to MJF. So
should have been chair across the back and then a continued beat down with maybe Wardlow separating you two. Yeah.
Yeah. This whole shit outside of MJF is not believable to me. And I hate that because this is supposed to be Brian Pillman Jr.'s like just setup. Like this is supposed to
set up.
Exactly. But we're not gonna get that, and he's gonna end up fucking it up. He's gonna have to find another way to get over, and it's gonna probably take him longer than it should with somebody else who's not gonna be as good as MJF as far as building this shit up for him. So
especially after this and how he's fumbled it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, speaking of which, we actually had everybody on the Pinnacle on this show.
Yeah.
And
None of them came out for each other except for Tully.
Yeah, well, except for Sean Spears match when they did the whole Sting bit, but
yeah.
And it was funny because I kept throughout this whole show, I kept asking myself, like, why aren't they not referencing the Pinnacle when each one of these members are here? And they finally did during Sean Spears' entrance. Well, no, I'm sorry, not his entrance. They talked about it during the match, but his entrance. Normally, they'll say, representing, Inner Circle, representing Death Triangle. They never say representing the Pinnacle. And then it kind of clicked to me. I don't know if this is what they're doing, but if they are, it's very smart. But I think what they're doing is they're taking it more of a out of sight, out of mind thing to where they're allowing all these other stables to get shine, and then all of a sudden the Pinnacle is going to hit and which I think what's going to happen is they're going to capitalize on something that happens later on. So, but we'll get to that when we talk about Omega and Danielson. But was it on this show? I think it was with Fuego del Sol.
Yeah, it was on the show.
Yeah,
and him buying the fucking Hyundai with his contract money. And I guess he's putting the car up to get another title shot. Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's a title. Is it a title shot?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but I know he said he wants to fight Miro again. So I don't know if it's for the title or not.
I mean, Miro's is going to be riding off in a brand new whip, but all right.
Yeah. And it's funny, and I love the. And of course, this was a much shorter promo from Miro when he did his promo with this, but that line stuck out, and it's like you basically put your neck back on the blade that previously spared you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, like even when he says the bare minimum, it's just like, damn, man. But yeah, so we'll get that. We'll get another death to Fuego by Miro for the third time. But we go from there and we get the Dante Martin and Matt Sydal against FTR match. Good match.
Odd pairing, but good match.
Yeah,
this is that weird thing because you knew this match was for FTR to win.
Yes. And all I kept hearing in my head throughout this whole match was no flips, just fists. In my head, over and over again. The old revival shit. Which is still a good tagline from them, but yeah, FTR go over, no surprise. Glad they did because members of the Pinnacle need to continue to look strong for when they eventually become a whole again in front of everybody rather than just being behind the scenes. So can't wait for that, but we'll see. But then we get to a good entrance, fantastic entrance. Good start on the mic from Malachi Black, who is starting his own cult, so to speak, from the the House of Black.
Wait, so this is my this is my thinking I had. This is where this is how you officially break up Dark Order without breaking them up.
Mm-hmm.
Those members who want to not stay under Dark Order can technically go to the House of Black, while the rest can stay with Wyndham. That way, you can shed the name Dark Order, since Dark Order is going to forever have Brody Lee's name attached to it. You can essentially dissolve the name and let it just live on through Brody Lee. So that way you can have Wyndham's group and you can have Black's group.
Oh, and to get a feud all between Black and all fucking guys.
That would be epic.
Oh,
Yes. I thought about that the moment I saw his entrance and the whole House of Black popping up, and I was like, that's where half of the Dark Order is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever else.
I like that. Oh, I like that. I'm mad I didn't think about it, but I like that. Yeah. So that makes that first part even better for me as far as for this whole segment. But the moment that they put the camera on Rosario Dawson, not mad at them putting the camera on her.
Oh no, I'd never be mad at that. You know,
I just knew what was gonna happen at
the
this point, and I was like,
yeah. Now, whoever used, I think it was Jaeger who used Cheesy for NXT. Because tell me one thing, guys. Please inform me on one thing. Why in the fuck did Cody Rhodes come out through the crowd?
What? Or why not have him come out through the crowd via surprise?
Like to be honest with you, if Malachi was going to cause any harm to Rosario, he could have got all the harm he wanted to cause by the time Cody would have got there.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, this is my issue with these fucking blood feuds with AEW. You just had somebody run through your Nightmare Factory.
Yep.
You had somebody take you out. Been talking shit. Nightmare Family.
Yeah.
It's it's hard to tell these motherfuckers apart half the time. But your Nightmare Family, you didn't sat there. You've been talking shit this entire time. You should be pissed. Yet because there's an agenda with the whole Go Big show and they want to promote that shit. Oh, you got a bone to pick with him now that Rosario Dawson just got tossed off his back. Like, come on, bro. Like, who's supposed to be convinced by this?
I promise you, if Cody wins that match, I'm gonna officially put him in that Charlotte Flair book.
I know we're getting this match, but I don't want it.
It's not needed.
It's on next week's Dynamite.
I know. It's for the New York show.
Yeah. So if Cody wins that match, I'm gonna be pissed.
He just came out and gave a promo to combat Malachi Black's promo and left it at that, and then we just could have gone from there. But this added this to the situation.
Do a run-in. I told y'all.
Whatever. Another fucking whatever. This whole Dan Lambert situation. The only good thing about this whole situation was the fact that Paige Van Zandt was there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the only thing. That's the only thing. Everything else. Oh, and the crowd singing Judas.
Yeah. Cool.
But that's about it. That's about it. Everything else, fuck off my screen. I don't care. Man of the Year need to be doing something way better than this situation.
I don't know why they felt like they needed to be tied to this. Or
I don't either.
Maybe felt like they needed to be tied to this.
Either way, just shit. And I'm glad they had these two back to back. So for those of you who didn't watch Dynamite, once you see Black, just skip completely to the next match, which would be Jade, Cargill, and Leyla Hirsch. Because this right here.
Wait. Before we
my bad. What's up, Scoop?
Before we discuss this. Problem number 3, because Cody was problem 2. Because I'm gonna just list my problem just throughout. Problem number 3. And I'm glad it's problem number 3 because there's 3 people involved in this. Billy, Austin, Colton.
Oh, God damn. I was hoping we were gonna skip past them.
Oh wait, no, I'm glad we're talking about it.
You give this promo, right? And once again, y'all have all the gripes in the world. That's fine. Why attack Paul White? What did Paul White have to do with the fact of y'all being undefeated tag teams?
That was the thing that stuck out to me because I liked everything. And even look, this whole segment, everything, the whole promo, everything's perfectly fine. But after the promo, I was like, I'm fuck with everything y'all just said because it makes sense. It's solid for a heel turn, all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, why was that your target? Your target could have been Cody. It could have been Dustin. Could have been anybody in the fucking Nightmare family. Hell, it could have been Jurassic Express.
Somebody.
But at the same time, the added good thing to this was the fact that, guess what? Another fucking trios team. Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. They setting up a whole fucking division, and we solid. So now we know we're starting to know all the players. This is why I second what Yeager was saying, that these things are going to come very soon because you're starting to see a lot of groups of three within the spectrum popping up more prominently than before. So definitely on fucking top of it. Can't wait. But yeah, Scoot. I'm asking that same fucking question. Why attack Paul White? Because they didn't do anything to back up the fucking factory at All Out, so they're not intertwined in that. So
exactly.
Yeah. And it's not like Paul White was holding anybody in Gun Club back.
Exactly.
So I guess. But yeah. Oh, and also Andrade had a segment which was dope. Because now they're taking back where he kind of fumbled with this character a little bit. With the whole travel thing, so it's making him look like I don't want to say credible heel, but an honorable heel.
Yeah.
To where it's like, okay, well, he won, like you still made Pac look strong, and Andrade won by nefarious means, but it wasn't by his doing. So they still made him look strong in the fact of, yeah, you may have won, but that's not how I wanted to win. I know I can beat this person. So definitely good. Now I don't know what they're gonna do as far as with some of his broken English without Chavo, unless they're gonna have his assistant Jose translate for him or talk. I don't know, but we'll see. But I like what I'm seeing so far. So good shit on that end.
Mm-hmm.
But we get to Jade Cargill versus Leyla Hirsch, and both of them looked fantastic for their own. Now, I was getting mad at first because I was like, "Yo, why is Jade Cargill being scrubbed like this?" But then it made sense, and I'm glad because I'm glad I paid attention to it because Leyla Hirsch was looking good throughout this whole thing, so she was looking completely strong, and that was to her credit. And by the end of it, Jade Cargill looked even better because it's like, okay, well, even though she took all this, it only took her a few set of moves to end it.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, that's perfect how they did the booking on that. So Leyla Hirsch still leaves, even though she lost, she still looks strong in defeat because she lost to somebody who they're building as credible, which is perfect. But that doesn't take away from Leyla Hirsch because, again, just like Scoot's namesake, she's looking pretty fucking legit.
Yeah.
Legit.
So, yeah, I love how they're shaping up this women's division as far as the top 5 to possibly 7 women in that ranking. All for it. Like I can't praise it enough at the moment, especially going by how we first started talking about this women's division up till now. If they keep at it this way, and NXT continues to fumble, and they end up fumbling their whole women's division, AEW may end up having the best women's division, especially with the whole Forbidden Door shit going on too. Yeah. It's definitely possible.
They got to keep reference, or they got to make sure they start referencing the other companies, though, or what they're doing with the other companies, though.
They do. They definitely do. Because there's a lot of fucking talent that they could be pulling in, and that they could be referencing. Hell, they could be outsourcing their own talent out there. But
they have, but they just never say anything about it.
Exactly.
So, which I think is weird to me.
Very. So I just don't know what their agenda is. I know that they probably have some type of thing in the works, but I think it's more so me wanting to see what the fuck it is, so that way I can make sense of it. Because right now it does seem pretty one-sided in AEW's favor, where they can sit there and be the big dog on the block, but they don't reference anything else, even though they have other people going elsewhere, like Leyla Hirsch going to Empower, or the same thing with Red Velvet and Kylie King going to Empower and doing their thing over there.
Yeah.
So
they didn't mention nothing.
Shame. Figure it out, AEW. Figure that out.
I mean, you had Leyla Hirsch, Kylie King, Diamante, and Red.
Oh, Diamante too, yeah.
And didn't say nothing. Like, I think that was very weird.
Yeah. And it also sucks too, because now that Kenny's not the champion of Impact, there's like zero there's like zero mention of Impact at all.
Barely.
Even when they had a little bit of mention on Impact, I mean from about Impact on AEW. Now it's almost like, is Christian still Impact champion? Like, is that a thing? Is that still going on? Like, it's almost like it's not existent.
He doesn't trudge the belt along on Dynamite,
which is crazy. Which he should, but it is what it is. Jade Cargill goes over. Shouldn't be surprised, but definitely a good match. I appreciate the build on both of them and the way they booked this match. So kudos to AEW. Keep that shit going. Make all your women look strong. So that way Britt Baker can continue to look like a credible champion that she is. We also, speaking of Christian, we got a segment with Christian and Jurassic Express basically accepting the challenge. They're all being cheeky, saying that Adam Cole said he had better hair than Jungle Boy. Then Christian being like, no, Jungle Boy's got, good hair, or him saying he had good hair. And then I forgot who said that. Did one of them say that Jungle Boy had the better girlfriend?
I want to say, yeah, one of them did, but I can't remember who.
It's okay. It doesn't matter, because one thing that Adam Cole isn't doing, that Jungle Boy is doing.
Gripping
leather.
Gripping. Anyway.
But yeah, so they accepted the challenge. So of course, just like Scoot said, that shit's happening
let's not gloss over the bars Christian did give Adam Cole about the Young Bucks took you from developmental.
The slam.
Since you're used to losing on Wednesday nights, then I guess you got to get used to losing on Fridays.
So you can add Friday to that also. It's like, well, bars, and he ain't saying nothing but the truth. But it's okay, because right now, Coley Cole's on the winning side. So good shit. But from there, we get good old Sean Spears versus Darby Allin, and I'm glad they did the vignette that they did with Sean Spears in his promo, saying how he was Darby's he gave Darby his first loss in AEW.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's good. That's good to build that shit up. Now, granted, I was like, oh, well, we know that you're losing. So
Right.
Yeah.
but of course, still perfectly fine. Glad building this up. So I like how they have Darby and Sting feuding with, at least how it's looking now, half of the fucking Pinnacle. And that goes more to my point about the whole Pinnacle thing, because during Spears' entrance, again, they still never reference anything about the Pinnacle. And again, like I said, I think that's by design, because out of sight, out of mind. Now, of course, Darby goes.
Hold on. Before we get into this match, did the CM Punk incident happen before this?
It did.
You know what? No, that happened after the FTR and Matt Sydal and Dante Martin match.
Yeah.
So basically after that match, Punk is talking on commentary, and Taz walks up and says, "Oh, you trying to take my commentary job too now?" And before that, Punk was like, "Well, I didn't realize they let trolls over the bridge." And so you had Taz and Hook, and so Punk, of course, said, "What do you do? Like, I'm not trying to take anything from you." He was like, "Whatever." And so he takes off the headset, walks up to Taz, and of course, set up by design. Hobbs comes out, clubs Punk from behind, picks him up, slams him into the flimsy announce table that didn't break. It's cool though. Shit happens.
Yeah.
And they kind of just,
according to Excalibur, it was a lucite table. So, it was lucite. So the amount of force Hobbs would have had to exert to put Punk through that would have just been crazy.
Yeah, so you saying Hobbs ain't that strong, Excalibur? That's what you're saying? Man, don't look.
I mean, Excalibur must be for him to say it was a lucite table.
Excalibur, why you keep fucking up, man? Stop fucking up, Excalibur.
Yeah. So,
okay. But yeah. So I mean, of course, that
we can get to this, which, like you said, it was evident that Darby wasn't going to lose this match.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But still, props to Spears for using his OG entrance music.
Oh yeah. Yes. I love that entrance.
Right.
Love it. Like there's no reason he should ever get rid of it.
100%.
Period. Because it all works together. Like the fact that he has like his draped scarf hood, and to have Tully come out and then take it off of him. Like it's just it all works. Love it. Keep that shit. Keep Tully in the mix. But you had a bit where Spears went to the ring announcer. I mean, yeah, the ring announcer's table, and took a towel, a rag, and a water bottle, and threw water on the rag, and got back in the ring, and started wiping the face paint off of Darby. And I love commentary playing it up.
I legit thought that we were about to see Darby Allin get waterboarded for a second.
Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I was like, wait. I was like, we really? But I was like, no, they're gonna need way more water than that. But hey, I still like this better though, just because it's commentary played it up by the fact of, how it's almost sacrilege to try to take his paint off as far as Darby's concerned because of what it means to him. Almost like the same meaning that taking a luchador's mask off a luchador would mean to them in the culture. And I was like, yo, this whole thing, like it's cool. So it means now you're adding disrespect to this, which is going to further this feud. And then to add FTR to the mix to come in and then try to help beat down Sting, and then Tully doing the same thing, basically showing, oh, I'm the one that told Spears how to do this, so I know the disrespect and everything. Let's do it to Sting now. It's perfect.
And then you add Kurt Angle into the mix, and then you got no, I'm kidding.
But they basically leave Sting and Darby laying in the ring. So now we're gonna get some more shit with that. Very interesting, because we could intentionally be seeing yet another trios, but within the Pinnacle, Spears and FTR.
Yeah.
And, especially if, And this is the reason why I like the whole idea of the trios titles, because you can still have the trios and still have a separate tag team outside of that still vie for the tag for the dual tag titles. So this is interesting. I like the potential star power that they're putting within the trios, and it's making a lot of sense, and it's starting to remind me a little bit of ROH with the way that they do their trios titles, or rather with their 6-man titles is what they call them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could be seeing some good shit moving forward in terms of the trios division. But we get from there and we get that Pepto Pink suit. Mr. Callis.
I mean, you gotta stay fly till you die.
Man, I need him to get some mint green or money green suits, because I can't keep having him wear this fucking powder blue and Pepto Pink. I need some more. I need some more colors.
Need some variation. We do need some variation.
Yeah, give me some smoke gray. You know, something. Some sherbet orange.
Sherbet orange.
Some fucking lavender. Give me some good lavender. Something.
You know
he
doesn't need is suit tips from shit, I can't remember.
Malcolm Coal Miner. Yeah, you're right. He don't.
What was that? What was that? Like beige? Come on, man.
Look here. Bivens ain't got nothing to do with this now. Leave Bivens.
You're right. You know who this is about? Danielson and Omega. Because Danielson basically came out there and threw the gauntlet down. And you know what? Speaking of which, there was a lot of shits thrown around in this whole episode of Dynamite.
Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, did they up their quota on the allowances of the word shit that they can say? Because
Jericho himself used dipshit like 5 times.
And Danielson said shit just outright.
Yeah.
He just said shit outright, period. Like, there was no, I'm going to conjoin this with another word, no bullshit, no dipshit, no piece of shit, just shit. That's it. No, I think he called Callis a piece of shit. I think that's what he did. I think he called Callis a piece of shit. But either way, still shit. But Danielson threw the gauntlet down, and I love the fact that he prefaced, because I was thinking to myself, I was like, they can wrestle and not have it be for the title. Period. They don't need it. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, Danielson came out and said, it doesn't have to be for the title, at least not yet. We just want to know who's the best. Love it. Now, I didn't think they were going to set this up this fucking soon.
No, not at all.
But, and I was mulling this over my head, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, how's this going to work? Especially for Hangman. But then it clicked. And this is a way to start the downfall of Omega. You have him lose to Danielson without it being for the title. Hangman comes back. Of course, he loses at Full Gear. So something happens in between then. But then you start to get this thing with Omega where he starts to realize, well, maybe the elite situation is holding me back. Maybe I am better than this, because Danielson pointed that nugget out there. He said that, Callis is talking for him. All this other shit's going on. He wants to – he's talking to the best bout machine, the god of wrestling, and – I think this may fucking work. And then you'll get the whole, implosion of the elite, where you get Adam Cole on his own, all this other shit. Kenny goes away, either turns face or just stands on his own, whatever. And then you have the dominant stable out of the way. And then you get the Pinnacle back.
Yeah.
At the forefront. Since, again, out of sight, out of mind.
And Hangman joins House of Black or Cult of Wyndham.
I don't know.
Never mind. Never mind.
I think Hangman may stand on his own, and then he may fall to somebody. I don't know who that somebody is yet.
One of those two, either Wyndham or Malachi.
I think he might fall to. Oh wait, you know what?
MJF.
That depends. It could be MJF. It makes sense to be MJF if in fact what I'm saying is true. If Pinnacle comes in right after the Elite implode, then MJF is going to vie for a title shot. He's going to be on the road to that because I think what they're going to end up doing is have Pinnacle basically state that they're coming back in full force, stronger than ever, and now it's time to go for gold. And then you get FTR either getting the tag titles from Santana Ortiz after they win, or you have FTR and Shawn Spears get those trios titles. Now, I don't know if Wardlow's going to be a part of Pinnacle at that point. I think we may end up getting a foursome. No giggity. To where they could be potentially become like a four horsemen in a way. But I don't know. Something's going to happen with the Pinnacle within the next couple of months. So, but we definitely have Danielson and Omega lined up for was it Grand Slam?
Yeah, next Wednesday.
So let's see if they hit that shit out of the park as far as a whole for the show.
How do you have Danielson lose and still make him look good?
It'll be the fact that he lost to the best in the world.
They are putting their status as like the best on the line in a sense.
Yeah,
so that'll be the way out.
That would be. I think both of them gain a lot from beating the other, but I think Omega gains more by beating Danielson than Danielson does by beating Omega at this point. But I still think Danielson does go over, though. I definitely don't think that the One Wing Angel comes into play. I don't even think it even gets used because I don't see Danielson kicking out. I don't think anything's going to happen to where he kicks out of the One Wing Angel. Because that's reserved for Hangman. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll definitely see. I can't wait to see the fucking match. Give them like 30 to 40 minutes at least. And just let me see some good shit. I can't wait to see the ratings on that show.
We got a pretty stacked card.
Yes, that's why I can't wait to see the ratings on that show. Like that could potentially beat fucking Raw. That card alone.
Yeah.
Outside of the Rhodes and Black match, but you know, whatever. Then we get the main event.
Why an all red suit? Why are you in a suit? I mean, that's your thing. But why an all red suit?
I don't know. Who knows? It's Cody.
Because Cody's mad dramatic. That's why.
What, he's red with rage? What the?
He's mad dramatic. That's why. Cody is a dramatic individual. That is why.
He is.
These are facts.
Now some at because I know we forgot. I don't know where it fell in the show, but I know we got a promo from Archer and Suzuki.
Yeah,
I think it was before this match.
Was it? Oh shit! Well, damn. Maybe I'm like right on point there.
Yeah, I think right before the match.
Yeah, I liked how they addressed how you cut short Suzuki's entrance.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm glad AEW owned up to it in their own way, and then they made up for it. And will probably continue to make up for it. So, Now wait. Now are we going? Now of course, yeah, we get it. John Moxley and Kingston went against 2.0. Still a 2.0, bro, all day, every day. It's not going to change. But we're getting Kingston and Suzuki against. We're getting Kingston and Mox against Suzuki and Archer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what? Which is that? Is that going to be on the Grand Slam?
That is on. Hold on. That is going to be on Rampage.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Is that a 2-hour Rampage?
No, they actually haven't. No, they haven't even announced it yet.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. Well, we know what's happening. It's going on one of those two shows, either the 2-hour Rampage or that Grand Slam show.
Yeah,
it has to.
It has to.
So, I'm glad that again they're still doing Forbidden Door shit. They're throwing in stables from New Japan into AEW, at least making it somewhat fucking canon within this realm. So the fact that I think Lance Archer needed this shit. I think adding Suzuki-gun to this whole situation makes the most sense.
Yeah.
So that gives
now,
Archer
also
something to do.
They don't need to have a regular tag team match either.
Yeah,
they shouldn't.
Tornado tag where they could just beat the hell out of each other match.
Oh, that's a definite. That's a definite, especially so, you know. And I'm glad they did the same thing with the fucking when they did the promo and vignette with Archer and Suzuki, showing their two matches where they didn't even show anything inside the ring. They just showed shit outside the ring, which I was like, good, keep that shit going.
Yeah.
So that's almost a precursor to what we're possibly going to get. And hopefully, every time Minoru Suzuki comes out, we get the full fucking entrance.
Right?
Which I'm pretty sure they're going to make it a point. And I'm glad that they made it storyline canon and say that's why Suzuki was mad. So he's pissed off because you cut his shit short. Because he said
he wasn't pissed that his eye got busted. No, he was he didn't play.
He was like, we're in Mox's hometown with Mox's people. It was like it was a setup. And it's like this is how y'all treat me. It's like, yeah. Let's run with that. I don't give a shit as long as it's a reason to get y'all pissed off and fight some more, legitimately, to where we actually get a long ass fucking match that's way fucking longer. Which now I can forgive. I can forgive the shit we got last week.
Yeah.
Because of this, because now they make that shit make sense. So I take back what I said about that. I'm like, okay, that's a good setup for what we're gonna get moving forward. So that's pretty much how
it got the reaction it needed out of us at the time.
Yeah, and even if it was done unintentionally, they found a way to make it work in their favor. So good on AEW for being able to read the room, and which again, good on Tony Khan for being able to do that, because again, that's what listening to the fans is. It's not about catering to the fans in that sense. It's about listening and reading the room and being able to make the necessary adjustments to make your show better. Not being hard-headed and saying, you know what, well, if you don't like it, I'm going to do it anyway. Like, no. If it's not working for you and it's going to turn people away, change the strategy. Simple as that. Vince's Four Horsemen. Pritchard, Dunn, Laurinaitis. Who am I forgetting? Oh, Khan. Not the cool one. The Con Man. Nick Con Man.
Nick Con Man is forever his name now.
Yes.
But tomorrow we're getting Lucha Bros versus Butcher and Blade for the tag titles.
Okay.
We're getting Anna Jay versus the Bunny.
Yes.
And we're getting Miro versus Fuego del Sol, TNT title versus Fuego's new car.
So, yeah.
I really want to see Miro just ride off with that car at the end.
You know what? I want to see Miro pull a Street Fighter.
Oh no!
You know what? Yep, we're getting that. I'm saying that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
See, that's why this is why that they got a Hyundai and not a Honda, because it would have been too on the nose. Be like, oh yeah, we're gonna get a Honda, to have him Honda the car. No, they're gonna do a Hyundai. Throw everybody off. Yep. Okay. You know what, Scoot? I like that. I like where your head's at on that one. But outside of all that, the bullshit that went on, not complete bullshit. AEW Dynamite was a fantastic show. But are there any last thoughts, final thoughts, lasting thoughts on this Wednesday's AEW Dynamite?
Thank you, Dynamite, for not being cheeks.
Yeah. But also thank you for some cheeks.
Yeah. Just thank you. Thank you for ramping up. Thank you for I don't want to say catering to the fans. Thank you for keeping the true professional wrestling alive.
Thank you for riding the wave that y'all have been riding on.
Okay. Yep. I like that too. Yeah. Thank you for riding the wave. There we go. In the right direction rather than going against the current. You know what, Yeager? Good. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna run with that. Fuck it. Fair enough. Scoot, let these mother effers know where they can find you.
I mean, I'll let y'all know anytime we do these AEW shows, you can find me in the Scoutical. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all vision can't see that far up, but just know I'm up there. Just know I'm up there. For all the ones who think they're at the pinnacle, you're not looking up. You gotta look higher. I'm up there. Way up there. But if you want to reach me on these socials, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you want to discuss some of this Max Caster MJF thing or whatever. It's been scrolling. At ScooterRay, IG, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. It's there. Less Than Stealthy Ninjas. Don't bring that smoke there though. But Less Than Stealthy Ninjas, same platforms. Ninja Banter is on Spotify, Google, Anchor, YouTube.
Yep.
All of that. Twitch. We everywhere. To borrow a line from my bro over here, the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas, we Googleable.
Oof.
Googleable.
True story.
But I want to direct, while I'm sitting here yelling at these dudes and giving smoke to these dudes, you need to be worrying about the man down here, because how did Mike Jones say it? You look up and your dame missing.
Yeah.
And where you think she went? She down there with Jaeger. You know what I'm saying? She down there rubbing on low key and everything.
Oh.
I mean, why y'all think I pop in and out? I mean, what?
So I'm gonna give the floor to him. So the heartthrob.
Yeah, I mean, look. Hey, hold on a minute. So, IG, if you want to talk to me. Xbox, PlayStation, if you want to game with me. If you want to come on through, you're more than welcome to. There might be a line though.
My man say take a number. He say take a number. Unless you Shotzi Blackheart or Red Velvet.
Yeah, I kick people out for them.
Yeah. He telling y'all to take a number.
Yeah.
True story. True story.
But for those that find out their number is just way past what I'm currently attending to, or for the dudes that are just not too happy about the fact that the chick went, I can really direct you to a guy who can maybe provide you with something to, think back on, maybe generate something to create a positive outlook in your life.
It's possible. I don't make any promises, but it is possible. Lifestyle 1UP. Get that daily dose. Monday through Friday. All that good positivity. All your podcast listening platforms on, the IG and the Twitter and the TikTok and the YouTube. Mm-hmm. A lot of shorts on there, but it's a good quick. So there's always a way to get that shit. But for shooting the shit purposes, and just like Scoot said, this whole Tale of Two Maxes situation.
Oh yeah, me too.
Lip Dizzle. And for Jaeger. But granted, Jaeger is only going to give you so much time if you don't have the necessary equipment.
I like that. I like how you just put that.
But, of course, yeah, all the smoke. And this is the only time that I say that I want that smoke because I'm very passionate about keeping that same energy. So, for everybody, I don't care if it's your favorite YouTuber in the IWC. I don't care if it's your favorite podcaster in the IWC. Direct them over here. Direct them over here. I want to talk to any and everybody. I will not skirt a damn soul. And if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. And just like I said before, don't worry. We'll wait. Because whatever time of day it is, I'm always going to say the same thing. I got time today. So, but regardless of that fact, whether you love us, whether you hate us, whether you love this shit, whether you hate it, give a thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to rate it with all your comments, concerns, questions down below. Hit that notification bell for all the updates and notifications when we drop some of this beautiful, beautiful heat over here at Tag. Whether it be Tag Me In, Hot Tag, Scoot with the Scoop, so his monthly updates, Jaeger with his After Dark and After Dark elevations, etc., etc., etc. But most importantly, don't forget to mother effing subscribe. And just to do a shameless plug, for our boys over at Juggernaut 097, JSB and the boys and that squad over there.
Hey.
For all, I'm telling you, for all, granted, we'll do like the weekly shit in terms of, the Dynamites and, the NXTs for what it used to be, whatever. But, and we do the fucking pay-per-view reviews, but they do goddamn almost every fucking pay-per-view review. So if you're looking for that, if there's something that we don't have here, even if there's something that we do have here, you go over there and show them some love. Matter of fact, I'll make it easy for you. I'll tag their shit below in the description box so you can go ahead and make it easy for yourself and go over there. Do yourself a favor. Get all your wrestling content throughout the YouTube wrestling community. We ain't selfish over here. We share and show love. But with all that said, I give my bad. I give my bros a too sweet. Can't forget that. Can't forget that. Bow, bow, bow. And of course, with that said, I bid you all, you beautiful mother effers, adieu until you see these handsome faces, hear these immaculate voices. Until next time, as always, to you beautiful, 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 beautiful mother effers, tag the fucketh.